Hi, it's Steve Reddick, your state managing broker for eXp Realty in Illinois. And hey, is the market shifting? I don't know. Read the news, come up with your own opinion. But whether it's shifting or it's not shifting, it's always important to be prepared. I spent 10 minutes in one of our team meetings recently talking about how to thrive in a shifting market, and so I wanted to feature this in a quick 10-minute clip video for you, just to hopefully take some value from. So be well. Thanks for watching.
Hey, today's session on Coach's Corner, it is how to thrive in a shifting market. What's going on in our market? Hey, is our market shifting? Is our market shifting? What do people think? Put it in the chat box. Do you think our market's shifting or different now? It's not. Okay. But will it eventually? Yes, no. Yes. Slowly. It has shifted. Is our market today different than what it was today than it was a year ago, it was 2 years ago? Absolutely. You know, everything was very different pre-COVID, and then everything's different now. However, we have to see you always have to say where the market is going. You can't stay stuck in where the market's at today. Where's the market going in the future? Is the market shifting? Is it shifting today? It's kind of more of the same from 2022, but will things continue to shift as we go into 2023? Absolutely, right? We're already seeing interest rate shifts. Mortgage rates are going up. And we're going to have our team from Success Lending come in today and kind of talk about mortgage rates a little bit as well and introduce them. But that's a shift, People are able to afford less right now. Where's the economy going? Where's inflation going? Is it going to affect the housing market? It always does. So I think it's important to be aware and being prepared for it. Don't always be focusing on the market that you're in right now. You need to focus on where the market is going and where it could be. But a lot of these tips are really helpful as it relates to what goes on to your day-to-day business every day. You could be stuck somewhere. But I always like to say you can evade reality, but you can't evade the consequences of evading reality. So is our market shifting? Sure. We've had a great run-up many years. At a certain point, it has to level off or possibly continue to go down. Our market in Illinois tends to be a little more stable than maybe New York, Florida, or California. There's a lot of value. And so what are you going to do when you get into it? One quick, really great tips to kind of focus around this. Just re-engage with your past clients. The easiest place to generate referrals is really from past clients, right? Because I know a lot of us right now, this past 2 years have been super, super busy. You're busy working with your clients. Business has been good for a lot of us, especially those agents that are heavy listing agents. You've been super busy. So you really got to reflect, have you really adequately been staying in touch with your past clients? And even if you're busy right now, hey, if the market shifts in 2023, are you setting yourself up for success in those years as well, when things tend to flatten out or level out or even possibly turn down? So this is the time to start focusing on that piece as well. Just re-engaging with their past clients. Property values are up, their equity is up. Hey, are you leaving Illinois? Make sure that you're engaged in those conversations and getting deep with your clients. That's important too, right? The deeper you are with your clients, the better that is. Real estate sales oftentimes revolve around life changes, retirement, motions, graduations, babies, marriage. So you need to really engage with your past clients in your database to make sure you're paying attention to those things. Those are super important. What's another way to, make sure that you're thriving? Reviewing your expenses. This is a big one. When times are good and the business is great, we tend to kind of, spend more money and a little lax on watching those dollars and cents. And evaluating how effective some of that spending is. So it's really looking back into whether they're tools that you're paying money for, are you really using them? Are there lead generation sources that you're paying for that aren't panning out, or that the conversion rate is really low? And again, like I said, when things are good and we're doing really great and making money, we tend to spend time to do it, or is just focusing on at some point in the next few months, making sure you're looking at everything, reassessing where your expenses are. The best, I've worked with so many agents. I always just ask them to, a lot of agents who have like a separate credit card just for business, and like, you know, call them, sit them down and say, hey, well, let's look at your credit card statement. That's the worst one. You know, a lot of people just don't even look at it, they just pay it. And like, hey, what are these things? Like, I don't know. What is this? What is that? Oh, that's a website I don't use anymore. Like, okay, how long have you not used it? Like, 2 years. Like, you've been paying on this every month for 2 years, you don't use it. Anyway, review your expenses. Inspect them. Make sure that a lot of the things you're spending money on are really converting out. What else can you do to kind of thrive in the market? Focusing on the fundamentals, right? This is the one piece. Again, we get so busy, we're really focusing on those fundamentals as it relates to what led you to earlier past successes. For successful agents, what are things that led you to those successes? Or for even newer agents, those transactions that you started getting or you got earlier in your business, what are the things that you did to get you to that space? Do you have to go back to some of those fundamentals? You know, what were those things that you did? Did you do, I don't know, did you time block your schedule to call your database? Did you do tons of open houses? Or, you know, have you been farming? And is that something that was successful before? Something, if you really look back and look honestly at your business, something that you've gotten away from? Because a lot of us have been really busy, especially in 2022 and 2021 with the way the market's been. Just food for thought. I know we're still busy this year, 2022, but it's just getting ahead of it for next year or later in the year. What's next? Respecting exiting agents. Look, you know, this is not necessarily a big issue right now, but it will be. This happens. Our market fluctuates up and down. Right now, nationally, we have the highest number of real estate agents that we've ever had in history. Or 1.6 million real estate agents from the national that are connected to the National Association of Realtors nationwide. It's the highest it's ever been. Even higher, leading at 2006, where it was around 1.4 million. So, but our market fluctuates, and as the market starts to turn around and maybe stagnate a little bit, get more flat, well, people are going to leave the business, right? Or people are looking at it going, you know, I'm going to retire. Just one way to continue to add new clients to your business is to become a referral partner for people that maybe are leaving the business or retiring. So constantly kind of look around at your peers and the people that are in the industry of the business, not even at just EXP, at other brokerages. People you've known for a long time. It's not always about having that conversation like, oh, you should join EXP. Maybe this is not the right fit for them. But if you've had conversations with them and they're saying, yeah, you know, maybe just real estate isn't for me anymore. I'm getting tired. I just don't want to do this anymore. I want to leave Illinois. Then it's a conversation to have about setting maybe some sort of referral partnership with them. I remember when I was in California in 2006, there were 260,000 agents in California. Fast forward 3 years later, in 2009, after the recession, it went down to 150,000. So you've got close to 100,000 agents that had left the industry in California, and during the time that I was selling real estate, it was interesting to see. So, you know, just keep that piece in mind as the market stage. Look, refreshing your online presence. We know that this is important. You know, your online presence isn't necessarily always a great lead generation source, but it is also your kind of, what is it called? Your online presence is like your internet business card. Don't doubt that people are looking you up. They're looking you up all the time. If you feel that, you know, you've got clients that look you up, they call you, you call them, you talk to them about buying or selling a home, guess what? They're Googling you. Making sure that all this is cleaned up and good to go. Maybe you need a new headshot, and make sure that it's updated everywhere. I see a lot of agents, not necessarily at EXP, right? Because we're better than that, but I see it all the time. Like, there's a headshot here on Realtor.com, and then, you know, in MRED or in the MLS or MLS Alliance, it's a different headshot, and on their LinkedIn, it's a different headshot, and it's just like, make sure you're checking your websites and your social media, that all those links are up. You know, a lot of you that Facebook profiles or LinkedIn profiles, especially for agents that have just come to EXP recently. Again, we've grown so fast. Have you checked your LinkedIn account and profile? And have you checked your business Facebook page to make sure that your email address and your website is updated? Don't know. One good thing too to focus on is the Google My Business page. Google is the #1 search engine in the world, and Google My Business page is a really great free way. I've talked to a lot of agents that are using your Google page at a really high level. Don't have a Google page set up, Google that, look it up, see how that's going to work. Hey, next, what's a great way to thrive in your market? Just renew your head, renew your mind, focus on educating yourself and learning. Right? This is the best time too. Are things slow right now? No, it's spring. But as we get into September, October, November, just start thinking ahead of, what are some areas that I want to resource? I want to find out more about Google business pages. Well, what are you going to do? So is it an opportunity for you to read more books, or watch real estate videos or coaching videos, or listen to podcasts when you're driving in your car? Educating yourself. That's super important to keep yourself checked in. And then finally, just start to remember why you start selling real estate. Why? And why are you here? Why are you in this business? If you're working nonstop, you're just totally stressed, and you got the vein bursting out of your forehead, you have to cycle back on why are you in this business? How can you change? How can you make it better? Or if you're in a slump, really focus back on why you got into real estate and what are those things it can do for you. Focus on it. I got into the real estate industry because I like serving other people, or because I like seeing my clients happy, or I like making a change in my community, or I like being involved in my real estate board, or I do this because I know I can make a ton of money and support my family, or support my partner, or life partner, or support myself to do the fun things that I want to do. You need to be, so it really is, it's getting back to the fundamentals, being prepared as the market shifts. Is it going to shift? Absolutely, eventually. Not today, but as we cycle back 2023 and more towards the end of the year, you need to be prepared where it's at. Again, you can evade reality, but you can't evade the consequences of evading reality. So you got to know where we're at. So just food for thought. So.